Tonight, a Target 12 Investigators exclusive. Another city slacker. Once again, we're watching out for your tax dollars.
No comment.
Comment? You don't know what I'm going to ask. No comment about what?
With Providence on the brink of financial ruin, our undercover investigation raises serious questions about this city fiscal advisor, the very man who's supposed to be tracking every penny at the Department of Public Works.
Tonight, we can tell you our findings have already sparked a major shakeup at the administration of the DPW. Target 12 investigator Tim White has the exclusive details.
For 5 weeks, Target 12 went undercover to track the movements of David Pontarelli. More than 120 hours of surveillance. And as you're about to see, our investigation into DPW headquarters points to a culture that lacks leadership and accountability. It's a Thursday evening outside Providence's trendiest nightclub, and it's going to be a long night for this man, David Pontarelli. A video on the club's website identifies him as their marketing manager. But when the sun comes up, Pontarelli's full-time job is fiscal advisor for Providence's Department of Public Works, working for the taxpayer. But is he? The day after his long night at the club, Pontarelli doesn't arrive at DPW headquarters until 10 a.m. After just 2 hours and 45 minutes, he leaves and heads back to the nightclub at 12:45 p.m. 1:05 p.m. he leaves the club and runs errands at 2 banks. Then at 1:30 p.m. he makes a purchase at a bakery on the North Providence line. We then follow him to Pawtucket. 1:45 p.m. he goes into an eyebrow threading business. 10 minutes later he leaves, and on this beautiful sunny day, he sits down for a meal with friends at the Plaza on Federal Hill at 2:05 p.m. For 1 hour and 20 minutes, David Pontarelli soaks up the sun and dines on the hill. He then leaves and makes a quick stop at City Hall before heading back to the DPW. In the building for just over 30 minutes, he calls it a day at 4:30 p.m. By our count, spending less than 3.5 hours on the job. This was no isolated incident. Target 12 tracked Pontarelli for weeks. Our undercover video shows him repeatedly leaving his city job to take care of other business. On this day, Pontarelli leaves work at 1:20 p.m. and goes to his Cranston home. From there, it's lunch with a friend.
They both went into that restaurant.
Then shopping in Cranston.
Yeah, I'm Tim. Yeah, I see him.
Then back home for the day. All this when his job description states he should be a coach or mentor to other department employees. After another late night at the club, Pontarelli arrives at work at 10 a.m. After just 2 hours, he leaves and heads back to the nightclub. After a half hour, it's another trip to the bakery, eyebrow threading in Pawtucket, then off to a North Providence barbershop for not 1, not 2, but 3 hours before calling it a day. We often found Pontarelli, who was responsible for monitoring spending at the DPW, leaving work to pick up others from the nightclub for long lunches on the hill, then dropping them back off before heading home, on this day by 3 p.m. A similar pattern repeated itself time and time again over 120 hours of surveillance. Records show Pontarelli worked his way up to be assistant to the chief of staff for former mayor David Cicilline. Then in 2007, he was moved to fiscal advisor at the DPW. Records show he receives a $60,000 base salary. Plus, he racked up $2,600 in overtime so far this year and a $2,400 longevity bonus. The city also pays into health and pension benefits. Among his listed duties, his job description says he is supposed to supervise staff assigned to perform the fiscal and personnel timekeeping functions. Mr. Pontarelli. Tim White from Channel 12. We had a few questions for David Pontarelli. I'd like to talk to your job at the about your job at the DPW.
No comment.
Comment? You don't know what I'm going to ask. No comment about what? Remember, Pontarelli also works as a marketing manager for the nightclub. Our Target 12 investigation uncovers a shocking twist. Pontarelli, a high-ranking DPW administrator, took 2 city-owned traffic lights and several street signs for use as decorations at the club. Here are pictures from the nightclub's website with evidence front and center. Less than 24 hours after we tried to question Pontarelli, the equipment mysteriously reappeared at the DPW after a month-long absence. These are the traffic lights back in city custody. A spokesperson for the mayor says another DPW manager admits he gave permission for Pontarelli to use the traffic lights and street signs. The spokesperson says he was told the lights were broken. But sources tell us one light was brand new and the other was still in operation, and a city worker actually had to rewire them so they could be used inside the nightclub. Days after we started asking questions about leadership here at the DPW, Providence Mayor Angel Taveras terminated DPW Director Paul Thomas, and we've learned Pontarelli has been suspended without pay pending an internal investigation. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.
Our exclusive investigation, another city slacker, continues tomorrow with strong reaction from Providence Mayor Angel Taveras. Plus, we have much more on our website right now.
Use our interactive timeline for an inside look at how this months-long investigation took shape. You'll also find the complete job descriptions for top staffers at the DPW, and WPRI.com reporter Ted Nisi has the complete breakdown of Pontarelli's employment history with the city. It's all on WPRI.com.